Katie grew up on the African plains. Suddenly, her opinion mattered. She also sometimes pushed aside. Slowly, Katie started to care about where she stood. Then everything changed. Regina noticed. She acted like she was helping Katie. Then she got back together with Aaron herself. She made sure Katie saw it. Regina didn't necessarily want Aaron back. She felt real jealousy and anger. She wanted to get even. So it was just a small game. Katie acted sweet around the plastics. But behind Regina's back, she worked with Janice. She knew Regina was obsessed with staying thin. So they tricked her into eating high-calorie nutrition bars. They told her the bars would help her lose weight. At this point, Katie still hadn't completely changed. She just wanted Regina to suffer a little. But she had already taken the first step. Soon, Katie started living two different lives. During the day, she was part of the plastics. She dressed like them, hung out with them, and enjoyed all the attention. At the same time, she was secretly working against them. She started lying, pretending, and telling different people different stories. Before long, she got used to it. She also started enjoying being popular. She cared more about her appearance, more about her reputation, and more about her place at school. She even started looking down on her old friends. The people she once felt comfortable around suddenly seemed embarrassing to her. Katie was becoming exactly what she used to hate. She started putting her value in her looks, popularity, and social status. Then she took things even further. Katie knew Gretchen was terrified of losing Regina's approval, so she used that weakness. She planted doubts, created misunderstandings, and slowly turned the plastics against each other. Katie also discovered one of Regina's biggest secrets. Regina had been secretly seeing another guy behind Aaron's back. Katie used that information to create more problems. Eventually, Aaron saw Regina for who she really was, and he broke up with her. By then, Katie was no longer just helping Janice get revenge. She was starting to enjoy the power. She liked controlling situations. She liked influencing relationships. And she liked watching everything go according to her plan. As Regina's life started falling apart, Katie's life went and ended, and her popularity started slipping. Katie stepped right into the empty space. Before long, she became the new queen of the school. Everyone paid attention to her. Everyone wanted to be around her. She had everything Regina once had. But Katie had also become just like her. She became vain, selfish, cold, and controlling. She started excluding everyone around her. She ignored her old friends. And even her family noticed how much she had changed. Katie had finally reached the top, but she had completely lost herself. That was the most ironic part. She used to hate fake people. Now she was one of them. She used to hate bullying. Now she was doing it too. She used to laugh. Aaron kept following whoever was around her, and Regina was losing her place at the top. Then everything exploded. Regina released the burned book. All the secrets, rumors, and chaos. Old grudges came back. Rumors spread everywhere. People started blaming each other. Everyone suddenly had something to say. The whole school turned into one giant sea of people knew it was wrong but said nothing. The school had to step in. To deal with the chaos, everyone was brought together to face what had happened. The girls had to look at their own behavior. They had to admit how jealousy, gossip, and group pressure had made everything worse. For the first time, many of them had to face the damage they had caused. Katie was scared too. She knew she had changed. She knew she had hurt people. But at first, she still didn't want to step forward. Meanwhile, Regina she had spent years protecting. She had always been used to being on top. Now everything was falling apart. Her emotions finally exploded. Regina ran out of the school. Then an accident changed everything. She was hit by a school bus. After that, everyone finally stopped and looked at what had happened. All the fighting over popularity, looks, and social status suddenly seemed meaningless. There were no real winners. Everyone had hurt someone, and everyone had been hurt by the same toxic environment. Katie finally realized how far she had gone, so she decided to stop hiding. She stepped forward and accepted responsibility for what she had done. For the first time, she chose to be honest. She stopped lying, stopped pretending, and started facing the consequences. That was the moment Katie truly began to change. She no longer wanted to measure her worth by popularity. She no longer wanted to live for other people's approval. She realized that being pretty or popular didn't make someone more valuable, and having people admire you didn't mean you were better than everyone else. What mattered was who you really were. So let go of the pressure to always fit in. She returned to the math team. She focused more on school, and she slowly stepped away from all the fake relationships. She also worked on fixing her friendship with Janice. Katie finally understood what real friendship meant. Real friends didn't only stay when you were popular, and they didn't ask you to become someone else. By then, a new path for herself. Gretchen finally stepped away from the pressure of the old group, and Karen found her own place too. As for Katie, she went back to being more like the girl she was before. She rejoined the math team. She rebuilt her friendship with Janice and Damien, and she started living a more honest life. In the end, Katie learned something important. The easiest way to lose yourself isn't always because someone forces you to change. Sometimes, it happens when you try too hard to fit in. Real confidence doesn't come from being the most popular person in the room. It doesn't come from your clothes, your looks, or your social status. And growing up doesn't mean becoming better than everyone else. Sometimes, it means making mistakes, learning from them, and finding your way back to who you really are.